Democrats? Is Joe Biden among them? Those are, and which one's the worst? Those are all good questions. I'm going to answer all of them for you right now. First, guys, membership makes this show possible. Hit the join button below so you can get honest reporting like we do, where we're not just picking sides with Democrats or Republicans. We drive people crazy by being honest. Which side are you on? We're on the side of the truth, and every member makes that possible. And we need you guys right now. So hit that join button. All right, and I'll do shout outs as I'm doing this live right now. Number one, there is one Democrat out there trying to start a war. His name is John Fetterman. Oh, disaster. I will get back to him. Okay. Then I think that Rubio had the most hilarious and worst line. I will get back to him. But let's start with the two that you are not going to be surprised by at all. So as soon as the bombs were in the air, Lindsey Graham's like, "Get out of my way!" And he starts running towards a television camera, and he's like, "War! We want war! Let's do it for Israel. Let's bomb them." And so obviously, look, World War III, he doesn't care. How disastrous Iraq was, he doesn't care. He wants another Iraq times 4 because Iran's 4 times the size. And so Lindsey Graham is a neocon, works for the defense contractors, somewhat for Israel, but really he'll start any war because he's mainly bought by the defense contractors. And then of course, John Bolton goes out there. "Oh, you don't want to show weakness. We want to show how strong we are, and strong men start wars. Hey, Republicans, are you guys weak? Republican voters, I'm going to call you that word for as a cat. Ha 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 ha! You better start this war for me. We're going to make some money," right? And you guess what? One of the things that he said: we should bomb their military capabilities, their nuclear things, blah blah blah. They don't have nukes, and they do have facilities though, and that's because of Donald Trump and John Bolton. They got us out of that deal we had with Iran, where we were taking all the uranium out of the country because of those absolute moron warmongers. Now they're developing uranium again, and it's 100% John Bolton's fault, and he knows it. He wanted them to develop uranium so that would give us an excuse to start another war. And not only is he happy to do that for defense contractors and Israel, etc., but also because of the oil companies. And so he says in the middle of his TV appearance, we should make sure to hit their oil fields. Because if you hit their oil fields, then the supply of oil goes down. And for the same exact amount of oil with the same exact costs, the oil companies then will be able to charge a lot more for their oil. So that is billions upon billions of dollars free for the oil companies from us, the consumers, if we hit the Iranian oil fields. And it's not that John Bolton doesn't know that, and that's why he's saying it. He does know it, and that's why he's saying it. So obviously, war with Iran would be monstrous and incredibly dumb. And so I'm going to do a longer video about, hey, did their strikes work? Are we headed towards, war with them in a little bit? So stay right here, and our show is live Monday through Friday. Every day, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a lot more details on Monday's show, too. So now I'm going to get to Rubio and Fetterman, and then I'll get to Biden, because Biden's the guy who's going to decide what we're actually going to do. So, Benjamin Morrill, thank you for gifting a membership. Appreciate you guys. You could do it through that little dollar sign in the chat. If you want to gift memberships, you could join through the join button. I think you could join also through the dollar sign. You could also upgrade through there, and we need that as well. So now we turn to Fetterman and Rubio. So Fetterman's the most disappointing politician in a long, long time, and filled in a city filled with disappointing politicians. He's still number one. Nice job, John Fetterman. Well played. So when he was running for senator, he was pretending to be a progressive. Oh, he pretended so hard, and I give him credit. It turns out he's a great actor. So I thought he was a progressive. He tricked me. John, congratulations. You're excellent at lying, and credit to you. You're a great slimy politician. You're among the slimiest. That is such a great credit to you. A+ on the acting job. So then he gets into office, and apparently he was honest with one set of people, and that's his donors. And he told AIPAC, I will be your servant, and he is their servant. So to be fair to John Fetterman, he is honest to some people, and those are the people who pay his campaign contributions. So he's out there now going, huh, Joe Biden says he won't go on the offense, which is what I'll get to in a second. He's like, that's wrong. We should go on the offense, like foaming at the mouth. Let's start a war. Oh, now you're a neocon. You didn't go from progressive to like, hey, you know what, center left. You went all the way to neocon, furthest right winger there is. Because if Israel wants a war, John's already taken money from AIPAC. So he has to do what he was told. That's what good little servants like John Fetterman do. Go fetch, boy, fetch. Go start a war. Get all of us killed. You ran on an anti-war plank pretending to be a progressive. The biggest sellout I've seen in decades. So that's the guy who, the Democrat who disgusts me. So now Rubio. Oh my God. Marco Rubio from Florida, Republican, of course. He's like, since Joe Biden's not starting a war with Israel, he's an anti-Semite. Come on, man. I mean, you want to talk about going to the well too many times. That is hilarious. So, okay. Number one, to clarify, and I'll give Rubio a little bit more credit here. I'll be fair because we're the fairest show in America. Okay. So specifically, he said, since Joe Biden is declaring that he will only help Israel with their defense, but will not go on the offense, he's doing that as a sign to appease the so-called peace activists, who are in fact, of course, terrorists. Now that's interesting. A lot of MAGA's anti-war. Are you calling MAGA terrorists? And then, of course, he followed up with anti-Semites and all these other verbiage. So if you don't want a war with Iran, you're apparently an anti-Semite and a terrorist. So MAGA, if that applies to you, you don't like wars? Okay, then take it up with Marco Rubio. He thinks you're a bigot. You're disgusting. I can't believe they won't start wars for our donors anymore. Even MAGA is too rebellious. We should put MAGA down. He didn't say any of that, but that's the implication because part of MAGA is anti-war like we are. So they hate this populist uprising. They're like, we want the donors to be back in charge. Those are our beloved bosses. If you defy our donors, we'll call all of you anti-Semites, you peace activists. How dare you start the war? So it's almost like Rubio, Bolton, Graham. By the way, so far, as far as I've seen, and maybe I'm wrong, and correct me. You'll put it in the comments, or I might have missed it. Obviously, I'm not watching every minute of cable news, but so far as I can see, there are no senators out there saying don't go to war. Every senator, every politician out there is like chanting in unison, led by those fours: war, 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 war. Okay, these are the monsters that run Washington, D.C. That's why there's a populist revolt against the uniparty, the establishment Republicans, establishment Democrats. If there wasn't a revolt, if the online media had not risen up, right now, those guys would be driving us straight into war and Biden would go along with it. But finally, hey, Biden, a little bit of credit, brother. Okay. He didn't go to war. We knock down a lot of their missiles. I'll talk about that at the next video. But Biden is saying Israel should not go on the offense and that we will not help them if they go on the offense. Now, look, Biden says a lot of things. Whether he actually delivers on that, we'll see. But for the moment being, that is trying to cool the temperature, trying to make sure that Israel does not retaliate or retaliates in kind of a weak sauce way to let this thing go. Again, in the next video right here, youtube.com/The Young Turks. Check out all of our videos. Check out the show Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. I'll explain a lot more details in that one. But for now, what you need to know is Biden is trying to make sure, and the rhetoric here matters. If Biden came out and said, Israel has a right to defend themselves, let them have it, something to that effect, even if it wasn't that over the top, that would encourage Israel to strike hard again, in which case this thing unravels. And by the way, they might still do that. Again, I'll talk about that in the next video. But for now, Biden's saying, whoa, 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 bring it down. Don't retaliate. And by the way, implicit in that acknowledgement is that, yeah, Israel started it. Did the first strike against the Iranian consulate, and this is Iran's retaliation and pretty weak sauce retaliation. So Biden trying to cool it down and not go on the offense. Hey, guys, our job is honesty. So you've seen me criticize Biden very, very harshly, now maybe hundreds of times. But if the guy does the right thing, that's what we want. And right, for the moment being, he's doing the right thing. Play defense, but not offense. Let's make sure that a broader war doesn't break out. Okay, nicely done, Joe Biden. All right, guys. So that's your update on the bad guys. In the next video, update on how many missiles hit, uh, what's next, what triggers a giant war, and what doesn't. What Israel does is next is really important. I'll explain that soon. And again, on the live show, we have all the details for you guys. So I'll see you guys in that video, but also Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and especially members, guys. Not only we need you give you extra content, our bonus episodes are amazing for the members, and I'm doing more and more members only videos during the weekends too. All right, members and everyone else, I'll see you soon. And the Talk Lounge, thank you for your super chat. Appreciate you. All right, see you soon.